Floss Tube. It is Tuesday the 30th of July and here I am. I think it's about 6 weeks since my last Floss Tube video, but I've been trying my best to get back on track with, oh excuse me, so we can never get through, wouldn't be one of my videos without a kitty butt, would it? That's Andy. Poor little Andy at the moment. He's not a very well little man, are you? He's, all my cats unfortunately were exposed to the coronavirus quite a few years ago now. Now they can live quite happily with coronavirus and it doesn't cause any problems, but they do continue to shed it. Anyway, unfortunately in Andy it looks as though it's mutated into FIP. And unfortunately there's nothing they can do about it. But at the moment he's not so bad. He's lost a bit of weight, but other than that he's still been charging around the house after his brother this morning, and you've had some catnip and you had some of my fish at lunchtime, didn't you? Eh? But yeah, it does mean unfortunately that, oops, by the way, I know you're not well, but you can't hold the camera. Yeah, so it does mean unfortunately that I'm going to be losing another member of my kitty crew, but while he's well, you know, it's fine. But as soon as I begin to feel that he's having any problems, I'll have to say goodbye. But I'm sorry, that was a very sad start to my video. Just let me try and keep him out of the way of the camera. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it's 6 weeks since the last Floss Tube video, which I did with Mum. Mum has been here today, but she doesn't really like doing videos, so yeah, so we've kept her out of it today, but I will put a picture in later of where she is at the moment with hers, because she's steaming along with it. So yeah, so this past 6 weeks, excuse me, thank you, poor Mandy, that's it. This past 6 weeks I've been steaming along with my Chatelaine, but before we get to that, I will show you, I had 2 very quick new starts and new finishes. I don't know if you watch Calico, Christine, I'll link her below. She's such a lovely lady, and she does beautiful stitching, mainly of birds, and she is doing a stitch along at the moment, which is using the hashtag on Instagram of another flocking Sal, and she's just asking you to stitch anything bird related with her. Well, she showed in her, not the last video she's just done, but the video before, she showed one that she'd finished that I was ready to start, and I've not been able to put them on Instagram because they're actually a Christmas present for my niece's boyfriend, which may sound really strange, but he loves flamingos. So this one, and I do apologise Christine, I had said that I would have it FFO'd by the time we did this video, but I only remembered this morning, so they're not FFO'd, but they will be. But anyway, this was the flamingo that I started with her, and its legs, it's got amazing legs, honestly, but you needed a degree in engineering to put these legs together. But after I'd done the first one, then it was okay. But then, as we were having a conversation on Instagram, direct messaging, and she told me about another one that she'd been told about called a holiday flamingo, and she'd ordered it, so I said, well, I'm gonna have to do that one as well. So I ordered it. Mine arrived first, but I said I'd wait until hers arrived and then we'd start it on the same day. So I did, I started it and I finished it a day later, and that's the holiday flamingo, and he's got loads of like beads. And he's absolutely covered in beads. I don't know whether you can tell. Isn't he cute? But Daniel loves flamingos, so I'm just going to back them with some felt, and they came with magnets, and he's off to university in September, so my niece thinks he'll probably just like to put them like on his radiator or his little fridge or something. So yeah, they look like Mr. and Mrs, don't they? So yeah, that was 2 quick starts and finishes. Now, like I said, I've only, well, theoretically I have 4 whips. One of them I haven't touched in about 2 years, which breaks my heart because it's my favourite, which is my Big Hade. It's a VBAP. I think it's over 600 stitches long. I know that. think there's over 250,000 stitches in it in total, but yeah, because my idea was when I wanted to get my whip pile down that I was going to start with the smallest first and then work through to the largest, and I've more or less kept that. So I have 4 whips on the go at the moment, although I've only been working on 2 of them, and this past 6 weeks I've only worked on 1 of them and that's my Chatelaine, and I'll put, well, shortly, I'll just say this first, but yeah, it's sort of, I can see the end in sight. Still got quite a way to go, don't get me wrong, but I can see the end in sight, and because I can see that end, it's sort of driving me to just keep going. And in fact, like, I've got to say the summer hasn't been very good for us in my part of the UK anyway. We did have the hottest day of the year last year, which was one day, and then it's been like winter ever since. I mean, I've got my Kitty Stitcher uniform on anyway, but yeah, it's still a bit chilly. I've had the fire on and my heated blanket and everything, and we've had thunder just before, because in fact the sky's not a fantastic colour now, so I just hope it doesn't start again. Yeah. You see, rabbit trails. Yeah, the reason I was saying that was because when we have had the odd nice day, I haven't wanted to, because I don't really get out of the house all that much, and usually when the weather's nice, I'd usually sit out the back in my nice comfy chair with a book and read. But I've just wanted to stay in and stitch. And my Chatelaine, like, it's on my Millennium frame and it's on my library stand. It's not something I can really take out in the garden, and out in the catio, I should say. It's not something I can really take out in the catio and stitch out there. And people keep telling me that I should get out and enjoy the nice weather while we've got it, but I just want to stitch. So yeah, so I'm going to, I hope I can find a before picture. I might see if I can get a screenshot from my last video. So if I can, I'll put in a before picture here. And this is what it looks like now. Now this is going to be a bit of a struggle for me, because I'm on my own, obviously this time. And I got that tired after the last Floss tube video with holding this up and whatnot that I actually slept for 3 hours afterwards, because it takes a lot out of me. But I might have to get back a little bit. Oh, please excuse my legs. But here we are now. I'll try and get behind it so I can block that. I didn't have anything big enough to put behind it. But since I last saw you, without looking at the picture, I can't remember exactly, but I think I've finished all this bottom part off. It's all beaded, apart from the big beads that need to go on. I finished the outer border, and I finished the flower border around the side, so that bottom half is now completely done, apart from the big beads which need to go on at the end. And then up here, I've just finished all the cross stitching on the lacy border bit, and I'm going to, when I've finished filming the video, I'm going to start putting in the specialty stitches, which don't take long, and the beading. And then like down here, I've got some little flowers and these are all, I'll try and get a bit of a close-up for you if I can. These are all beads around here. There's some bigger beads like to go in there, so I've got that to put in as well. And then the outer border, which, if you can see, it's not very clear if you can see from here, it's quite easy because, let me move out of focus, because it's just 2 rows of cross stitch with some specialty stitches and beads in between, so it actually goes quite quick, that bit. And then we've got the flowers on the outside and more of the dreaded, I don't know whether this is going to focus very well. Let's see, focus, where's the thing, what's there? It's not focusing very well, but that hummingbird is 1/1. Oh, I forgot to say, yeah, the fabric is obviously black, which is a nightmare, and it's 32 count Belfast linen, which I hate with a passion. But oh, isn't it beautiful, even if I say so myself? The colours in these flowers are gorgeous. I think there's, let me get this right, there are three Karen water lilies, 2 dinky dyes, and 2 petite treasure braids just in those flowers. But this top colour, which isn't showing very well on here, I should have brought the skein up with me. It's a dinky dyes and it's called Blue Mountains, and it is the most beautiful colour. It's pinks, purples, blues, greens, and it blends so gently between the two. It's beautiful. And in fact, because I've finished stitching that colour now, and I won't be stitching with that colour again, and I've still got a whole skein left. So yeah, I'm going to have a lot left over. But there we go. And I forgot to tell you as well, that's the Chatelaine Hummingbird Lace Mandala. And tell you my plan now, because might as well, because there's not really much to tell you. But I'm hoping that by the time I see you next time at the end of August, I'm hoping it might be finished. I'm so excited. I've already got a spot picked out on the wall. I already know how I want it framed, and I'm so excited. But I must admit, I'm really missing my mini Haid. And sometimes, like when you're fighting with all the different colours and the different specialty threads and the beads, it'd just be so tempting just to pick up my Haid and just stitch normal cross stitches in normal DMC and not have to worry about anything else. But I just can't pick it. I felt bad enough having breaks to do my little flamingos, but I just can't put my chatelaine down. What can I say? I've not even been gaming all that much, because if anybody who does know me knows that I love my video games. Hardly touched any. Because I think probably in this last 6 weeks, I think I've only had 2 days when I haven't stitched. One of those days I'd had to, it was last week actually, yeah, they've both been in the last week. Oh no, it's 2 weeks ago now, yeah, 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks ago. I had to go into hospital just for an investigation. I was only in for the day. I just had to have some investigations done under sedation. But then when I came home, I was just, still a bit groggy, and Emmy was looking after me. So I didn't do any stitching that day. And then Sunday just gone, my dad, stepmom, Emmy and Daniel were here, and I bought a new bed, which you're resting on at the moment. Just a bed frame. I was keeping my mattress, and they were putting the bed frame together, and my stepmom was she absolutely blitzed my room, giving it a really good clean. I didn't do all that much, and they wouldn't let me do all that much, but it just exhausted me, and I couldn't manage anything after that. And then I ended up going to bed at 8:30, and I was in bed at 9:30 last night. But anyway, like 13 minutes in, and I'm just waffling. I've just forgotten something I wanted to show you. Hang on, I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. Because I didn't have much in the way to show you of whips, I did want to show you 2 previous finishes, one of which I've had to get down off the wall. So let me have a quick sip. Today's stitching mug. We'll stitch for chocolate. Stitch for, well, chocolate, yeah, I'll do anything for chocolate more or less. So. That's a lukewarm cup of tea now. Yeah, so I thought I would show you 2 previous finishes. Now one of they're both framed. One of them is on my wall. The other one used to be on my wall in what is now Emmy's room. But Emmy is leaving for university in September, and her room is going to become my craft room. So it will then go back up in Emmy's room, but you'll see at the moment that it's not really something an 18-year-old girl would have on the wall. 41-year-old woman would, but not an 18-year-old. Anyway, right, this one, I don't know the name of it. I don't know what the pattern was called. I have searched high and low for it, and I cannot find it. So I apologise. I saw this at the Manchester Knitting and Stitching show when there used to be tons of cross stitch. From what I'm told now, if you go to that show these days, you'll be lucky if you find one stall with cross stitch, but it used to be everywhere. And I actually saw this as a model stitch and fell in love with it because it wasn't my kind of style. It is now. It wasn't my kind of style at the time. It was the first time I'd used Krynic, and it was the first time I'd used beads, and it was the first time I'd used like the blending filaments. But here it is. This is from 1998, according to what I've signed. And here she is. It's on, it looks like 16 count Ada, I would say. I don't think it's 18 count, but it's definitely not 14. But there she is, and you can't see, but she is, it's really sparkly, like in the dragon's wings especially, and like this horn thing there is all beads, and all around the edge, all those crowns are completely Krynic and beads. But that goes in my hallway, well, my landing hallway at the top of the stairs. Oh gosh, I'm going to suffer for this afterwards, I can tell you now. Doesn't take much to tire you out, especially when you're anemic as well, on top of everything else. But it looks really black out there. Right, this other one, which I also don't know the name of. This must have been done, well, Emmy was born in 2001, so I'm assuming I did it in 2001, and this was because her room used to be, when I first did it, it was pink and lemon, and I did this for her room. Didn't take me all that long from what I can remember. I love the frame on it, it's, you know, like a dusky pink frame. But as you can imagine, at the age of 18, this isn't something she particularly wants in her room. But I will have it in my craft room when that's what it turns out in. But it's just, there's nothing fancy in this, it's just, what count fabric is it? I think it's 14 count Ada, all DMCs. I don't change anything because I'm not that clever. But there we go. So yeah, that's two previous finishes. So the next thing to move on to is haul. Now, we need to talk about this. To say that there is an obscene amount is a bit of an underestimate, really. I'd have to say, I'll be completely honest with you, I have depression. I've suffered with depression since, well, definitely since I was 15, but I was having problems with anxiety attacks and everything from the age of about 9 or 10. But back then, mental health wasn't seen in the way that it's seen these days, and it was just sort of a get on with it kind of thing. You know, I didn't start having any treatment for anything until I was well into my 20s. Now, my head hasn't been in such a good place recently, and one problem that I have when I'm like that is that I spend, and it's not a good thing, and the only way I can rationalise it is because I think I just enjoy something coming through the letterbox for me, something exciting coming through the letterbox, and I think it's that anticipation, that waiting. I must say I've still got things that I'm waiting for now, and I've just literally just placed a custom order with Karina at Bags Plus for a custom bag, because I have the 180 Pocket Pro, I think it's called, which I did show in one of my previous Floss Tube videos, and I've just ordered a 90 Pocket Pro, a custom one. Yeah, I'm waiting for an order from Casa Sanina. I'm still waiting for 2 mystery boxes from Crafty Kitten. I did message, because one of the boxes was it the June? Yeah, it'll be the June box, which I still haven't had, but there's some problem with something that she's waiting for in it. So I'm still waiting for those. I thought the Casa Sanina order might have been here today, but it hasn't come. I feel really like guilty about the things that I've bought, and I know I shouldn't do because it's my money, you know. I don't have children. I know I've got Emmy living here, but well, she lives here on a part-time basis, but she sorts herself out more or less, and it's not like I'm having to spend a fortune on her, and she does contribute. But I've not got any kids. You know, I've not got any, apart from the cats, I don't, you know, which I do make sure that I've got the money for, and I save separately, like for vet bills and things like that. You know, it's my money. So, but I do feel really guilty. I'm in the middle of kitting up. Is it kitting up? I'm in the middle of putting together my craft room. Kitting up my craft room, yeah. I'm in the middle of putting together my craft room. So, like, I've bought a lovely comfy chair for there that's got a footrest that comes up. I've bought a second purple Lowry stand, which I'm still waiting Gemma at the Lowry company place. She's having a purple corner clamp sprayed for me, because I do like the corner clamps, especially with the Q-snaps. So I'm waiting for that. Yeah, so I'm in the middle of all that, and it's really exciting getting things ready, because in fact one of my things in my haul, which isn't particularly interesting, but I'll show you anyway, because in my craft room, in Emmy's room, I have, or some of her shelves are already taken over with my cross-stitch stuff, and I have some lock and lock boxes which I keep threads in, and they're really useful, but I needed some more. So I got a set of 6, they were on offer, they're just the 1 litre capacity ones. So a set of 6 lock and lock boxes, which are now all over the floor. So, my haul. And I'm sorry about the crinkle of the plastic, but I don't get things, especially fabric, I don't get it out of the plastic because I'll never get it back in the same way again. So all my haul is within this bag, which was also part of the haul. If anybody watches Pyrex Stitches, who I'll link below, the lovely Claire in Australia, she was showing a bag that she had from Wood and Cat, all one word, on Etsy. And she had a code for 10% off, which actually runs out tomorrow. I can't remember what the code is, I think it's Pyrex 10, something like that, if you want to go and have a look on Etsy, but the code runs out tomorrow. So I took advantage of that, and I bought myself yet another big bag. And if you can see, personalised with kitty stitcher. But it's a lovely big bag. I've got all my haul in here. It would easily hold an 11 by 11 Q-snap, no problem, plus all the rest of your things. It's got a little zip pocket down here, which would be good for keeping, like, you know, extra Q-snap bars, things like that in. And I'll show you what came with this bag. I'll have to have a dive around in all this, because everything is all mixed up together. It's going to be pot luck when I get this out. This is one thing. It was like a needle. It's lovely quality wood. What do you call it? A thread keep thing. Can't remember what it's called. You know what I mean, though. I'm quite sure you know what I mean. It's like a stash dive. This. There was this grime guard, which is also personalised with kitty stitcher. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use it for, because the biggest grime guards I tend to use are 11 by 11, and I don't think it's going to fit that. It would probably fit an 11 by 17, so we'll see about that. These all came like as part of it, by the way. So much stuff. Here we go, these are the last 2 bits. Now there's 2 of these. I wondered what the heck these were until I saw the picture, and I should have brought some paper up with me, but I haven't. And these are a brilliant idea, and I've never seen anything like it. And what you do, they've got a magnet on the back, and you put these on, like if you're like me and you're old-fashioned and like the, you know, paper and highlighter chart kind of thing, and you put that in like the square of the chart that you're working on, so it keeps you focused and you don't lose where you are. I thought they were a really good idea. And then they sent a Wood and Cat needle minder, and they also sent me a gift needle minder, a little princess castle. So that was Wood and Cat, and I'll link them below. And oh my gosh, I could have spent a fortune. Well, I did spend a fortune, but I could have spent an awful lot more on their Etsy page. They've got so many nice things. You've got to go and have a look. And like I said, I'm sure that code is Pyrex10, but it does run out tomorrow, 31st of July. So if you're watching this after 31st of July, I'm sorry. But go and check out Claire's video as well, where she shows the things that she got. Because, yeah, thanks a lot, Claire. You made me spend a fortune. But I love it. So that's fine. Right, what else have we got? Fabric. Because once again, you know I have a problem with fabric. A real problem with fabric. I think that's it. So I've got last month's and this month's order from Chromatic Alchemy. So this is 32 count Opal Murano. I couldn't remember. Look at that. Now, does that say me or does that say me? It's absolutely beautiful. Quite sure I'll find a good use for that. What size are they? They're 18 by 26. I don't know about fat quarters or fat halves or anything, so I don't know how much that is, and it's pouring down with rain. Please don't start thundering. And this just came today. This is, oh, by the way, that one was called Rubescent, and that was the June fabric of the month. And this is the July fabric of the month, and it's called Arcanum. And it's also a 32 count Opal Murano. And it's really pretty. Blues with a slight hint of purple. And then we have July's Jodrey Designs fabric of the month. This one's the fabric of the month. This is Gnome Party. And that's I also get the thread of the month. I love that. I love my bright colours. And that is lovely. That's Gnome Party, and it's like pinks and purples. And then I'm also doing the Year of Rainbows Fabric Club, and I've gone, because she does either classic rainbow or dark rainbow, and I have classic. And this one is Aqua, which is, oh, by the way, yeah, that was a 28 count Opal Brittany. This is also 28 count Opal Brittany. And this is also 18 by 26, and isn't that beautiful? Such a pretty colour. It's actually, it looks more blue on there than it does in person. It is slightly more green, but it's just a good aqua. It's killing me. So that's my fabric. Oh, I bought some more of these peels. I did buy some a couple of months ago when I first saw them on Pam and Steph's video, Just Keep Stitching. I'll link below if I remember all these links. I should have a pen and paper with me and write all these down. And I have found them so useful that I've ordered some more, mainly because my other ones are downstairs in my lovely sewing box. And I'm going to keep these ones up in the craft room upstairs. So, this, which is stuck to the needle minders, is a pretty little tin. It's got blue hearts on it. Unfortunately, the purple had sold out. Because I have two other pretty little tins which I keep needles in. I keep size 28s in one and 26s and 24s in the other. My favourite size of needle, I usually go for a 28, but if I'm working on, say, 28 count, then I might use a 26. It's very rare I'll use a 24, only if, I mean, it's not much I do on 14 count these days, mainly travel stuff. I forgot to show you my travel stuff. No, I'll show you that next time. I've not done anything on it anyway. Yeah, but apart from 14 count, I don't really use 24s. But I bought this pretty little tin, and I just put, it's just so that I've now got separate tins for 24, 26 and 28. And I put a magnet on the back of it. I've not hot glued it down yet. I was going to hot glue that when I finish these off. And a magnet inside it, and I think these are my size 26s by the looks of it. So as you can see, another magnet there, which I need to hot glue on as well. And yeah, so all my needles are all separated now, which is good. Then my needle minders. Just check I'm not missing anything else like that. needle minders. I get these needle minders from, show you a business card, Plan to Stitch on Etsy. She's also on Instagram. I have joined her needle minder of the month club as well, and I'm just waiting for that to arrive, but I bought a few needle minders off her, and the first one is this cute little cat in a handbag. I got, that's stuck together. I've been keeping them all until I showed them. Have been good. Two beautiful sparkly cupcakes because they're just so pretty. And then oh, there was another cat on that one as well. It's oh, where are we? There, little kitten, little ladybird on it, and I don't know where the magnet. Oh, no, I don't know where the magnet for the back of that is. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere, but yeah, there's those. And then on here we've got 3 leaves. You know, I only have one whip on the go, or 2. You know, what do I need all these needle minders for? They're just so pretty. You know, I might cross stitch, but I collect fabric, I collect patterns, and I collect needle minders as well. What can I say? It's a sickness. But they're so pretty. And then finally, another pretty leaf. A little kitty's in a moon. Those were from Plan to Stitch, and also from Plan to Stitch, because she does like journal planning stuff, you know, stationery as well. I've got this beautiful pen. Like, she did this in a couple of different colours. I got a rainbow coloured one, and you can see that top bit, all the glitter in it moves. I will never use this pen, I can tell you that now. I just bought it simply because it's so pretty. Now, oh, these. I bought these. I don't know if they're any good, and if anybody's ever used them, let me know. But I've bought these for when I go on my holiday next year. So that I can use them on the plane for my fabric. If anybody's used them, if you could let me know what they're like, because they were only cheap. I don't know, but I thought I'd give them a go anyway. Right. Oh, this. I won a giveaway that Mondot Stitches did. I'll link her below. And I should have got all these out, and I've not. She sent me some DMC with it, but what I won, they're out of a magazine. It's the June 1999, the Cross Stitcher, June 1999. Oh, I was 21 then. Oh, happy days. And I can just try and, so she sent me this one, that Angel of Cross Stitch, but then the ones I think that I actually won in the giveaway, I don't think I've got a picture of all of them, but this is some of them, and I think they're all Joan Elliott. Yeah, Joan Elliott. It's an Angel series. You can see that's, I'm trying to read this backwards, that's a Christmas one. Does that say Angel of Love, Spring, Angel of the Night, Summer Angel? And they're so pretty. And I won those in a giveaway, so thank you very much, Diane, and thank you very much for the DMC as well. You can never have too much DMC. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Patterns and kits, oh my word. Right, these 2 I got off eBay for a very good price. This one, oh, Poppy's back again. Hi Poppy, can I get to my camera? Come here, come here, good girl. Yeah. This one I've had my eye on for a long time, and I just came to the decision that, you know, I might as well get it, because if I don't, I'll probably regret it. Because if any of you know me, you know that as well as my passion for cats and my passion for the colour purple, what's wrong with me today? I'm tired. I'm really tired. Yeah, my other thing is butterflies, because butterflies have a very, oh Poppy, come here, out of the way. Poppy, butterflies have a very special meaning for me. It's all to do with my depression actually, and it's because one sort of, it's like a fable if you read this fable, and the end of it goes something along the lines of what the caterpillar thought was the end, the butterfly saw as the beginning, or something like that. And that just keeping that in mind has helped me out, like, you know, in really dark times. And like, I have, the first tattoo I ever got was a butterfly, and there's a butterfly just there, just above my little heart there, and in my wallpaper. I have butterflies everywhere because they're very special to me. So yeah, I thought, just get it. And then this one I saw on somebody else's Floss Tube channel. It's another Dimensions Gold Petite. I did one very similar when I was younger, actually, which was a Dimensions one. It wasn't the gold, it was just a Dimensions, and it was 3 cats looking out of the window at some birds, like a snowy bird scene, and I did that years ago. I don't know whatever happened to it, I have no idea. So yeah, so I got those off eBay, and then I saw this again on somebody else's channel, and I can't remember who, and the minute I saw it, it had to be mine. Little hedgehogs with a little ladybird at the bottom there. Oh yeah, just talking about butterflies, my nails, don't know whether you can see, not very well. I've got butterflies on my nails as well, yeah. But yeah, I saw that. My mum loves hedgehogs. She's mad about hedgehogs, and when she saw it, she was like, oh, she loved it. It came with this, well, it says it's 14 count, but it looks more like 16 count to me. This, what kind of fabric do they call it? Flaxen Zweigart Ada. And I was going to, when I first saw it, I thought I'll swap it out for one of my handbags, but I actually quite like that fabric. I think its rustic look just goes with hedgehogs well, but I just love that, and that won't take long to stitch, she says. Then I got this, and I don't know why I got this, apart from it being black cats, because I'm quite sure stitching all that black will drive me potty, because there is 2 colours in it, black and yellow. But I love black cats, you know, three of my cats are black, 4 were, but I lost Bessie. But and I just love black cats. And I know a lot of people don't because of superstition, but you're gorgeous, aren't you, little popster? Yeah, she's my little cuddle buddy at night. She sleeps on my chest every night. So yeah, whether I'll ever do this one is another thing, but like I said, I've had a bad month this month. Then I got, this was one of the new Soda Stitch patterns called Flower Cats. Oh, I've just remembered, I did have some more, but they're on my iPad, and I'm filming on my iPad, so I can't show you. But yeah, I got a Christmas one as well, which had a little kitty butt, a cat tree with a little cat hanging out of it, and it's a little kitty butt, and it just made me laugh. But yeah, this one's Flower Cats, and I thought that was really cute. And last but not least, I got this one from Bossy Threads called Cat Stack. Now, what you probably can't tell from this one is this grey cat looks all fuzzy. And I thought at first it must be like whisper thread or something, but when the kit came, it's got some Velcro in it, and what I'm guessing is that when you've stitched that, you just roughen it up with the Velcro to make it look fuzzy. But I just thought that was really cute. And I think that is it. The bag's empty, isn't it? Yeah, you see, all that was in this bag, and there was still room to spare. So I highly recommend those bags. Anyway, that's it, because plan-wise is just to finish my Chatelaine. Fingers crossed. What do you think, Poppy? But towards the end of next month, I've got to go into hospital again, and I've got to have just a little operation, nothing major. Hopefully I'll only be in 1 night, hopefully not longer than that. So there might not be much stitching that gets done then, but I'll take some with me because ABC, always bring cross stitch. I'll definitely take some in with me, but it's usually just my travel projects, which, just give me 2 seconds if I can stand up. Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to put you on pause because I can't stand up. Right, I'm back again. That wasn't easy. Yeah, I'll just show you what I do for my travel project. I haven't worked on it in a long time. Oh, bless you. You're coughing. But I have it in my Bitsy Bob by Kelly Stadola, which I think on Etsy she's called That's So Kelly Co. and I keep this in here. Now, she has actually changed her bitsy bobs a bit since I got this, because that is now a zipper, which I think is a good idea, because I must admit my stuff does tend to fall out. But yeah, what I'm doing in here, this was just, I only have simple stuff for when I'm on the go, obviously. And it was just some like gift tags of little robins, but I'm not doing them as gift tags, I'm just doing them all separately so I can put them on the front of Christmas cards. So those are the ones that I've done so far, and I've started working on another one there. What's that blue? Oh, it's just a bit of thread. But yeah, and I know my needle's in my fabric, but I don't care. So yeah, I think, how many is there? 8 all in all. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a bit. So yeah, nearly there. But that's what I do in there. So that'll probably be coming into hospital with me, because it's just something nice and simple to do. So that is it. Can't think of anything else. Oh, I will just insert a picture of the last picture that I had from Mum, because she's only got like a really old phone, and it does take pictures but they're not very good, and she can't message pictures, she's only got text. It's pay-as-you-go and she only has text on it, so she can't send me any pictures, but sometimes if my brother's there he'll take a picture of it and send it to me. So I'll put in the last picture he sent, which I think was about maybe 2 weeks ago or so, and since then she has done another page, but it's looking awesome. And she is doing Pink Reflection by, I think it's Artsy. It's either Artsy or Mystic Stitch, it's one of the two. So yeah, so I'll insert a picture of where she was last time here. And I'll insert a picture of where she was on the last photo I had here. Yeah, so it's looking absolutely amazing, isn't it, Poppy? Yes, yes, she puts her little paw up when she wants a stroke. She's such a little sweetie pie, aren't you? My little cuddle buddy. Yeah, so please send your best wishes for my little Andy Pandy. Like I say, he's not suffering at the moment, he's okay. Well, certainly the way he was running around with his brother's really going to miss him. Oh, kitty butts, oh, kitty butts. You know, he was running around with him this morning, he's been rolling around in catnip, he was trying to pinch my fish at lunchtime, so I don't think he's that bad at the moment. His bloods weren't good when he had his blood tested last week, and his bloods weren't good. I don't know how he is acting like he is when his bloods were that bad. I don't think you or I would be. But yeah, the minute I begin to feel that he's suffering in any way, then yeah. And so we've just got to hope and pray that none of the others show signs. It does tend to affect more younger cats, usually cats under the age of 3, whose immune systems aren't as well developed. So usually as they get older, usually if they haven't shown any signs of it by the age of 3, then they're usually okay. But like we lost March last year, who was 5, and Andy, I don't know where he's gone actually, Andy now, who's 6. In fact, it's Charlie's birthday today, he's 10. Look, baby Jess has just come now. You're going to come and say hi, baby Jess? Hey, you're going to come and say hi? Oh, she's another little black kitty, and she's mummy's girl. She's not really a people cat, but she loves her mum. And I've had her since she was 3 weeks old. She was one of my foster cats, and she was very poorly. I had to hand feed her and give her medication, and but she's done so well, because the only thing that lasting effect she's been left with is the eye that's closest to the camera. She's got a blocked tear duct that is just scarred shut, so she does get a watery eye. But other than that, you're a good girl, aren't you? But yeah, she doesn't really do other people, but she loves mummy. So yeah, so from me and Jess and Poppy, who's having a wash over there, and all the other kitties, it's a goodbye, and we'll see you again at the end of August. Goodbye.